Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. I almost said upgraded sets. Doing a lot of those lately. This one in particular is on an armor called Arkaine's Valor, and I have very interesting stories about Arkaine's Valor. But as you can see, it is quite a visually striking armor set. Very awesome red and gold, and it just honestly is just a very pretty armor all around. And it did go through some troubles back in the day. Let me just say right off the top of my head, because I don't remember exactly, but I do remember Arkaine's Valor being relatively broken OP in the 1.08 patch. But we don't have that version anymore. The version that we have is this one. This is Arkaine's Valor Balrog skin. Now, Arkaine's Valor is a really nice armor, but it is kind of outclassed by other armors. And as we go over it, you'll kind of see what's going on with this armor and what it could potentially be useful for and what it probably isn't useful for. So right off the bat, you see it has 1,450 defense, which is pretty massive. It has 165 strength requirement, which is not too bad, considering that a Monarch shield is 156, so it's only about, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 points more than a Monarch shield, which is not unreachable. We also have a level 85 requirement on this, which is pretty massive, and we also have +2 to all skills. Now, the very big downside on this armor is that it can roll only +1. So if you find a +1 Arkaine's Valor, it's probably not going to be of much use to you, especially considering the +2 to skills is really one of its main benefits. Without that +2, it kind of falls to the wayside versus other +2 armors, and most notably things like Chains of Honor, Enigma, and even has stiff competition up against things like Skin the Viper Magi, which is +1 and has really nice statistics. So if you find one of these and it's not +1, it's probably not going to be worth hanging on to. Or it's not +2, sorry. So if it's +1, it's probably not going to be worth hanging on to. It does have a pretty massive 30% faster hit recovery bonus, which is definitely very nice to keep you from getting stuck in faster hit recovery loops. We also have 182% to enhanced defense. Now, this does vary by 30%, so between 150 to 180%. It's not too massive of a difference, but if you were looking for a perfect Arkaine's Valor, you would definitely want +2 to skills, and you would definitely want a little bit on the higher end on the defense. Now, we do have a vitality based on character level here of 0 to 49. And it's pretty nice at 0.5 per character level. We also have a damage reduced by a flat amount of 10 to 15, which is another variable. Now, that damage reduced by can actually come in pretty handy when you're trying to absorb those physical damage hits. It's basically just going to cut 15 right off the top of any attack that comes in. And if it's a bunch of little tiny attacks that aren't doing a massive amount of damage, but there's a lot of attacks, it's going to be more effective. In my experience, especially with things like magic damage reduced by, I've noticed that, for instance, Charged Bolt, it's very effective against, because Charged Bolts are tiny bits of damage, but there's a lot of hits. Whereas a massive damage hit, a big spike, damage reduced by is not going to help you out much. Because if you get hit for 15, it's going to reduce 15. And if you get hit for 15,000, it's still going to reduce only 15. Now, Arkaine's Valor is in an interestingly odd spot. And basically, the issue here is that it's +2 to all skills, and there are other +2 to all skill armors. It has a relatively nice bonus to health. So as you can see here, I'm rocking 1,664, and when I take off Arkaine's Valor, my health does go down to 1,517. So I get a nice bonus of over 100 health. And this is going to vary depending on your character. So Vitality does have a differing effect on each individual character in the game, each class. So, some characters are getting 1.5 per health per Vitality point, and some characters are only getting 1 per Vitality point, and so forth and so on. So it depends on what character you put this on, how much health you're going to get. But it's going to be between 49 health to 150 health, depending on the character. Actually, I'm not sure if it goes up as high as 150, but could be. Now, you can also find this in the ethereal form, and it actually does make a pretty decent mercenary plate because it does have the faster hit recovery, it does have the +2 to skills, and the damage reduced by. Unfortunately, mercenaries do not have vitality, so that unfortunately does not help them. But it does give them the faster hit recovery and the +2 to skills, which can be very valuable for them, and a pretty massive bonus to defense, which of course is also going to assist them in staying alive. Now, if you really, really want to use this piece of armor, what it really comes down to is it providing you what you need? If you're specifically trying to get massive amount of hit points, then Balrog skin is certainly a good option. It has +2 to skills, it has the faster hit recovery, and all around, I think it just kind of comes in at a sort of generic plate that can be utilized by just about everyone. Arkaine's Valor was also a very powerful piece of armor that you could find in Diablo 1. And there's also a very famous line where he basically will ask the Arkaine to protect him.
May the spirit of Arkaine protect me. And so, locked beyond the gateway of blood and past the hall of fire, Valor awaits for the hero of light to awaken.
And in Diablo 1, Arkaine's Valor was a relatively amazing plate of armor. And I feel like most of the time when you found Arkaine's Valor in Diablo 1, you pretty much used it for quite some time until you found a godly plate of the whale or something along those lines. Now, this particular armor did have another iteration in 1.08. And in 1.08, it was actually freaking broken. And I actually have managed to find a 1.08 Arkaine's Valor, and I would like to bring that out into the light so you guys can look at it. So this is Arkaine's Valor as we have it now. So 1,450 defense, +2 to skills, 30% faster hit recovery, 180% enhanced defense, 49 vitality, based on character level, so 90 at level 99, 49 vitality, and damage reduced by 15. This is 1.08 Arkaine's Valor. 1,554 defense, indestructible, +2 to all skills, 30% faster recovery, 200% enhanced defense, 247 to vitality based on character level, 198 to life based on character level, and fire resistance 50%. The difference between these two is so massive, it's not even funny. When I take off the plate, I only have 1,517 life. When I put on the 1.10 Arkaine's Valor, or 1.09 Arkaine's Valor, you notice I go up by maybe like 150 health. When I put on Arkaine's Valor from 1.08, I go from 1,517 to 2,456 health. It's absolutely mind-bogglingly nuts. Now, I actually had one of these at 1.08, and I traded pretty much everything I had for it. And as you could tell, it's quite a nice piece of armor. Unfortunately, the one that I traded for was actually a dupe. And a couple days later, when I logged into my Paladin, it was gone. It went poof. This armor in 1.08 came out after the unique item identifiers, and the unique item identifiers basically made it so that if two of the same item existed within the same world, you could, the game creators could essentially know that they were duped and then delete them all. And they were called poofs. And at that point, I did not know that this item was duped. Should have guessed it. But I had traded pretty much everything I had for that freaking armor, and it was amazing for the couple days that I did have it. I was level 99 on my Paladin, by the way, which means I did get the 247 vitality and the 198 to life based on character level. So very, very awesome. Unfortunately, it was not to be, as my armor essentially poofed into nowhere land. Now, this particular armor can be found, not the 1.08 variant. The 1.08 variant is unfortunately gone. There may still be some on the original servers. Maybe somebody has one, and it's probably worth thousands of dollars. Because it's rare. It's very rare. Can't even make one anymore. But we're going to go over to Silo's Pen, and we're going to figure out where you could possibly find your own Arkane's Valor. And maybe you just want it for looks, because it is a rather sexy plate. All right, so here we are over on silospen.com, and we're taking a look at the probability for the Arkane's Valor. As you can see here, I have it set to 150 Magic Find, players 1, and we're looking at a probability of 1 in 1,855 from Bale, 1 in 2,161 from Diablo, and Mephisto 1 in 9,000, and the rest of these guys, sorry, 1 in 14,000 for Mephisto, but my bad. That's the quest kill only, where he has 1 in 9,000. So as you can see, not a lot of monsters that Arkane's Valor drops from. And if we go to Super Uniques, I think you will see that the list of Super Uniques is also relatively small. This particular piece of armor does not drop from a lot of places. And as you can see, Neelathak, Frozenstein, Pindleskin, Snapchip Chatter, Coldworm the Burrower, Grand Visor of Chaos, Infector of Souls, Lord Daces. It's a lot of level 85 monsters, a lot of monsters that have a relatively high treasure class to drop from. And if we go to regular monsters and go to probability, actually, let's just go by area. As you can see, Ancient Tunnels, level 85 zone, Disused Reliquary, a level 85 zone, Forgotten Temple, I'm pretty sure that's a level 85 zone as well. Maggot Lair level 3 is also level 85, Pit level 1 and 2 are level 85, River Flame is level 85. So as you can see, mainly level 85 zones here. Throne of Destruction, Worldstone Keep, Sewers is level 2, is also level 85. So pretty much something that's only going to drop from level 85 zones. So to keep that in mind. It is a relatively rare plate, and it's rather unfortunate that they had to nerf it into oblivion, but it is what it is. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when it is about a plate of armor so amazing and so unique and so wrought with history as Arkane's Valor. And as always, may Arkane's Valor protect me.